What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and on the weekdays we also do Dow Jones Industrial Average, considering all the things going on right now. I do want to remind you guys, though, if you haven't already, check out the free Discord group in the description below the video. It's totally free, and yeah, check it out. Let's get on with it. Alright guys, as always, just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, this is not trading advice, nor is it investment advice, and always remember this is my opinion, not yours. Do your own due diligence. There's a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. So let's take a look at the news headlines just to get a feel for the sentiment, and starts out with Bitcoin lost 7K support right after 1,000 BTC deposit. Bitcoin's next boom has already begun. Bitcoin, this financial trend could not be more bullish. BitMEX CEO warns Bitcoin price could absolutely retest 3K. Bitcoin price analysis, bulls attempt to fight back. Here's why Bitcoin is rocketing towards 100K. So we're seeing more bullish in there. That makes me more bearish. Fear and greed index, we are at 15, the same as yesterday. Still an extreme fear. Let's take a look at the charts, guys. This is the weekly. We have got rejected and back within this falling channel here. The monthly starting to turn bearish as the 8 EMA is looking across the 13. That's not looking good, but remember down here we have the 55 EMA around the 4,800 to 4,850 range. I would look for support there. Pretty good support there if we drop down that low. I do have lower targets. We'll talk about them in 1 second. I do want to point out this is my wife's webpage. There's a link to it below in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. A lot of cool crypto gear in there. Coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts. There's other stuff too. There is long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, aluminum signs. Tons of stuff. If you don't see it, just hit her up in the contact and ask. You can put anything you want, any crypto on here, family pictures, whatever, on any of this stuff. Awesome way to help support the channel, guys, and I really appreciate it. All right, so looking at this bottom trend line here from 2016, I do have a absolute low. Well, I don't want to say absolute, but my worst case scenario is around the 2574 area. We've had this here for quite a while. It could actually get worse than that. I mean, if we looked at this as a flagpole, we looked at this as a flagpole here, and that being a bear flag, we could go way down. Let's just say 1,800 bucks, right in that range. I don't see it happening, but I do want to point that out to you guys. But as of right now, let's look at the weekly EMAs. They have all turned bearish. The 21 EMA has now crossed under the 55, which I had said that would be pretty damn bearish. We do have the 200 EMA right here at about 5,400, and that is actually one of my main targets. Let's look at the weekly RSI. And we've been watching this red support and resistance trend line, which we capitulated under back in 2014, got back above it in 15, tested it for support, and continued our bull run. We did the same in 18, broke back above it in 19, tested it for support, got support, but we did break all the way back below it again, and now we are hanging out around above it. I do think it's possible we come down and retest this one more time, and that's where my bearishness comes in. Let's look at the 4 hour. All right, so the 4 hour, guys. I know everybody was looking at this as an ascending triangle. There's still people saying that they think it is. Could be. It's possible. I've never looked at it that way. I've been always looking at it as a rising wedge, which I do believe it to be. And if we look at the EMAs right now, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Give it a giant thumbs up. You guys been doing awesome on giving me thumbs up and leaving your comments down below. It's helped the channel out more than you know. I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything but a second of your time, and I really appreciate it. So make sure you do that. Let's look at this as a rising wedge. We take the measured move here, and I have not changed on this. Right around 4,200 is the measured move of the break of this wedge. Although we do have support before getting there. And like I said, my main target here is around 5,400. That is what I'm looking for. As you can see, we are in the daily. And as you can see, the EMAs are rolling over. We are forming sort of a doji here. So there's always that possibility, guys, that we do shoot up here tomorrow if this does close as a daily or as a doji on the daily. But again, that's why I do daily updates every single day. And I wanted to say too, I hope everyone's doing well in these crazy times that we're having. I know it can get rough, a lot of attitude, especially in the crypto space right now. But this is the measured move of this bear flag here. And let me get this out of the way. If we look at that target, that could be all the way down to the 3,200. And the reason this makes sense to me, and I'm not saying we're going there, but the reason it does make sense to me is because it would be a stop hunt from anyone that went long here and had their stops down here. It could be a quick wick, grab the stops, shoot up, make a buy-in higher. Just my opinion, my theory. But anyways, as of right now, on the daily, we are getting rejected by the 13 EMA, which is at around 6,900, and we're getting supported by 6850, which is the 21 EMA. If that breaks the 6850, I definitely see us going down to at least the 6,400, and I'll show you another measured move in the 4 hour. But another thing we want to look at, the volume is still declining, and we've talked about while you're in a formation, the volume, continues to decline. Now, could this wedge be, wedge line be moved a little bit to right here? I suppose so. If we break that, 6,800 one more time here, like I said, I'm looking at that would change this target, and that would line up with this bottom trend line. So that is a good possibility, guys. I'm not going to move it as of right now. I'm going to stick with that 4,200 as the measured move off the wedge, but I may change that. I'll let you guys know if I do. But anyways, the 6,400, I would expect some support there, as that's being the 0.382 retracement fib. That gave us some support and resistance on the way up here. So I'd expect at least a bounce there. But if that doesn't hold, then we're looking at the 54. If that doesn't hold, 4,200 is the range I'm looking for. All the way to 3,200 possibly if that doesn't hold. But again, guys, I'm still bearish here until proven otherwise. I guess I could switch my bias a little bit if we get back above that 700 or 7,000 and close a 4 hour above it. But as of right now, I'm still bearish here. And here's the 4 hour, and I'll show you what I was looking at there. Did we look at the RSI on the daily? We did not. So let's take a quick look at that. Looking at the RSI on the daily, we were watching this falling broadening wedge, which we popped out of. And back when we popped out of it, I said we could be looking at inverse head and shoulders. And as you can see, it does look sort of like that right now. We have this support and resistance line here all the way across where we got support, resistance, support, and we are testing it again. I do believe there's a good possibility that we get a drop today. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. This could hold as support and we could shoot up from there, but we'll see. Let's look at the 4 hour and we'll take a look at the EMAs. These are looking super bearish to me, guys. Unless we would get a huge, a swift move up from here, the EMAs are ugly, and I'll show you why. As you can see, the 200 EMA is right here, the pink one, and then we have the 55. Kind of fake out, looked like a golden cross, and we are down back below it now. Our 8 EMA has crossed the 200 and the 55. Within the next 4 hours, 4 to 8 hours, this 13 EMA is going to cross the 200, pretty damn bearish. And then over here we have the 21, which maybe by tomorrow would cross. This is not looking pretty. And I'll show you that other target I was talking about. If you look at this blue line here and discount this wick, looking at this blue wick here, or this blue trend line here as resistance and the yellow one as support, sorry about that, we'll put this for a measured move that gets us almost, it actually gets us right about the 6440. But again, I have this Fibonacci retracement 0.382 382 at 60, around 6,400, right in that range. So keep that in mind. I do believe we're most likely at least going to come check this 6,400. I don't think it's going to hold, and I think we're going to go back down to these lower levels. 54 is my main target, like I said, and if that doesn't hold, 4,200. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin, the same thing. We have broken out of the wedge, and Litecoin came back up, tested it for support. We've been getting support. All our EMAs in the 4-hour have crossed the 200 EMA, and our 8 just crossed the 55. It'll be a couple hours, or maybe by the end of the day. If not tomorrow, the 13 EMA will cross the 21 there. Let's take a look at our measured moves. And if we take just a measured move of the wedge to where we broke down before we came back up and tested it, we're looking at about the $24 to $25 range, which also would be a double bottom here. If we take this, looking at this as a flagpole, this is a bear flag, which I don't believe it to be, but doing that gets us down to around the $18 range, $18 to $19, which again, just like in Bitcoin, that would line up with being a stop hunt to grab all the stops for anyone that went long here and put their stops below. Did we look at the RSI on the 4-hour? We did not. I did want to point this out on Bitcoin. Sorry, guys, for switching back and forth, but we had this rising channel we broke down out of, formed a rising broadening wedge here that we broke down out of, and I drew a trend line. Let me move this up a little bit. Let's actually get it more accurate. So I drew a trend line off of these peaks here. We broke down below it here and came back up and tested that as support. That's another confirmation to me that we're bearish here. Again, guys, I could be wrong. Make your own decisions, but I'm just showing you what I'm seeing. If we were to pop up, which I don't see happening, but let's say we did and we broke that 47.80 range, next target would be 54.54, and then possibly the golden retracement zone at about 62.50. Highest 0.786. But guys, I don't see it. But again, it could happen. Make sure you're watching. Like I said, don't take anybody's opinion off the internet. I don't care who they are, me, anybody else. We're just here to give you our thoughts, on the market, whatnot. Also, if you're interested in trading, I will leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. They have a new thing finally launched. It's right here, co-vesting. It's just right now. It's just in the testnet phase. I did get on it today. Obviously, see, I'm not doing too good in my short, but I'm pretty confident in it, so I'm going to leave it there. But anyways, later on, it will be available to the public. You can look at it now, but it'll be available for the public to invest in the funds that are on there. So something kind of cool to check out. But like I said, I'll have that tutorial up top. You can check it out. They also have Forex. You can trade gold, silver, S&P, pretty much everything on there. So Prime XBT is a pretty slick exchange. But anyway, them are my targets, guys, as of right now. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum's the only one that hasn't broke out of this wedge yet, which is kind of weird. This is the 4-hour. And as you can see, its EMAs have not crossed either. It did look like the 55 was wanting to cross the 200 here. Still looks like it, but we are getting rejected. Let me zoom in at the 8 EMA here. So we're getting squeezed in here. I do believe we'll at least come down and test this, which is around the 149 range, which if that breaks, 137 is my next line of support. And if that breaks, we start going into, first off, the falling wedge target. Depending on where it breaks, this could move a little bit. So let's put it up 92 area, somewhere in there. That would be the first target after the break of the 137. And then if we take this, looking at it as a flagpole, this being a bear flag, then we're looking down towards the $45, $46 range for Ethereum. As you can see, I have this white trend line in here. If we zoom in a little bit, did we look at, we did not. Anyways, we have more room to fall in the RSI on Litecoin. I forgot to show it, but you get the gist. It's all pretty much following Bitcoin. So unless we break the 166.60 here, I see us continuing down in a big hard way. So like I said, there's my targets. 137 would be my first line of support, which I don't think is going to hold. Then I'd be looking at the 92 to 93 range, and then the 45 to 46 range. If we look at the RSI, it has room to come down still. We have broken out of this rising broadening wedge. We could draw in a trend line here like this, kind of just real quick, right there, and then maybe this here, something like this. But as of right now, guys, I am still pretty damn bearish on all of my views, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified, and make sure you turn on your YouTube notifications also. That way you get notified when I post new videos, as I do post them every single day. Smash those likes. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think we are as bearish as I believe we are, or do you think that this could be a bear trap and it's just going to, skyrocket up? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.